We'll have to refill out all the misprinted ballots onto new ballots and then run each one through the machines. And for those who plan to vote in person, remember you will need to show an acceptable photo ID at your polling place. For more information on how to vote in your state, you can go to 538.com. Of course, tune in as well on election night for our complete coverage all night long as the results roll in. George Stephanopoulos will anchor our live coverage with our powerhouse political team at election headquarters in New York, D.C., and Delaware. Plus, we'll have correspondents reporting live from battleground states across the country. That is on Tuesday, November 3rd, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Eva.
Now to the pandemic. As mentioned, states reported their highest number of cases in a single day since the pandemic began. More than 97,000 in a single 24-hour period. The record comes as the U.S. reaches a grim milestone. ABC's Trevor All is here in New York City with the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Eva. You know, the COVID infection counts have been steadily rising since we got into the fall, to the point more than half of the U.S. shattered records this month. And experts fear more deaths are going to follow, as already this virus is claiming the lives of more than 800 Americans every day. This morning, as America passes 9 million confirmed COVID-19 cases and infections rise in all but 2 states, nearly all of the U.S. is fighting an apparent losing battle to contain the virus.
The cases continue to increase, the hospitalizations continue to increase, and the deaths continue to increase.
In the month of October, 29 states and Puerto Rico hit new record highs for cases, 22 states and Guam saw record hospitalizations, and 10 states saw daily deaths higher than ever before, the Midwest being particularly devastating.
The virus is raging throughout the state of Ohio.
With crowded parties of maskless college students sparking concern, Ohio State now issuing warnings to students ahead of Halloween weekend and Saturday's football game against Penn State.
The vast majority of our cases are exposed in small settings with family and friends who they think they know and can trust.
A North Carolina church has learned that lesson the hard way. 181 cases tied to a single service in Charlotte, including 5 deaths. In Illinois, hospitalizations have nearly doubled in the past few weeks. The governor ordering emergency shutdowns of many bars and restaurants, sparking lawsuits filed by dozens of restaurant owners.
The restaurant industry is being singled out for closure, even though restaurants are the most highly regulated, frequently inspected, and health-focused industry there is.
In El Paso, police say they won't be enforcing an order restricting businesses to essential operations, despite a judge saying the area is under siege by the deadly virus as hospitals swell beyond capacity.
We have a patient up on the floor right now that we've been waiting 3 days to transfer.
As we enter flu season in Illinois and California, we're now seeing the first instances of patients catching coronavirus and influenza, a potentially lethal combination.
These are different viruses attacking similar portions of the body, and so the dual insult is quite significant.
And in Utah, as respiratory therapists and ICU nurses flock to hospitals inundated with COVID patients, those healthcare workers pleading for people to take the threat seriously.
They die alone. They get the treatment alone. So we ask very much so for your help.
And as trials continue for COVID treatments, Regeneron has now paused the study of its experimental antibody cocktail in patients who need intense oxygen treatment, though they are going to continue testing it on those with milder symptoms. Dan?
Trevor, thank you. We're going to turn now to some breaking news overnight. 2 officers ambushed in the heart of the French Quarter in New Orleans. Janae is here with more on that.